Unipod, the podcast on all things management software.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Unipod, the podcast on all things management software. And today we are with Adebowale, which I just pronounced, I think, pretty well. I did my best. Let me know. Who will tell us all he knows about the management software world from his perspective and his journey. So thank you for joining us today. And if you can just introduce yourself and how your management software journey began.
Hi, hello. This is Adebowale, founder of Loggworks. That's a platform which is an automated management platform for service businesses, strictly for service businesses. So I think it all started before, after the COVID anyway, because my mom was trying to run a cleaning business, and the fact that I've got my own job as a product manager, and as well, I need to definitely help her to run the admin tasks. That became very daunting for myself because there's a lot of software out there that just manage the bits and bobs of the workflow of running admin tasks every single day. So that's how it all set out. I think I contacted some companies in India, and before you know, there was no products and everything. The payments is out there, so I just had to start again. Contacted some other person that I know, be like, okay, this is what we're trying to do. I've been having some headaches doing all this and all of that. Can you definitely come on board and let's get it started out? So we had to redesign the software all over again. It actually started as a marketplace, and we had to just take because of the compliance in the UK and some other parts when it comes to the marketplace. So we just had to take it down and turn it into a SaaS platform. So the concept was to actually allow people to not just manage the business but as well get leads, right? So the same concept is we still have the same concept right now, because the way it works is the first stage of any business or any service business is your customers want to inquire about what you do, or they want to purchase one of your service, right? So what we've now done is they have a business page whereby from that business page there's a live chat, so their customers can definitely chat to them directly. Then it definitely comes to their own main dashboard via their mobile app or the web app. And if it's not about chat, if it's definitely going to be about a custom service, then what happens next is they can definitely fill in their information, then that comes in as a lead. So they could definitely see that information and say, okay, this is what this customer wants. They can ring them or email them and give them a custom quoting. So another process is if they have set up their own pricing as a business. Let's say I'm a cleaner right now and I've set up my pricing as a business, right? So they can easily just book me directly from my business fee because they've seen the price, they've seen what the cost is. They just book me up, fill up the information, then that job as well automatically schedules itself. And all of these processes, right, when it comes to our what's called job management system of part of the whole entire operation management system, it definitely automatically schedules itself. So what we've done, if you're sending a quote out there to anyone to make a payment, you definitely create the codes, you generate an invoice link, right? So that invoice link you can share to anyone on any platform, right? And that's what your customers will definitely click upon, make the payment, right? Once they make the payment, then automatically payment has been confirmed. The job schedules itself, either on your upcoming or your active job, which is going to be the day of the job. So once that is done, after you've done a good job, the next thing you want to do is get a review from your customers. So by the time you actually say the job has been completed and you mark it as complete for it to go to the pass section, automatically in the background we send an email, right, which helps to your customers to fill up your review, right, to fill up the review, and that comes back to the business page again.
Wow. It's
So
like a whole
that's the way
circle.
yeah, it's like a whole circle. So from the inquiry to the to the review, stage, we've actually that same entire workflow is what we've actually embedded into Logworks, which is a SaaS platform for operation management system for service businesses.
Amazing. Wow. Okay. First of all, I like how you determined already what a management software is, because it's quite a new term that we're trying to, peel and understand exactly what it means. And I think you really described nicely how the management software really helps a business from end to end and does this whole circle from marketing to invoicing to payments to even reviews and then getting more customers. So like it's a really accelerator for any kind of business. So thank you for sharing that whole perspective. So I was curious, you said that your mom needed help with her clinic and that's what triggered you to begin this journey. So can you maybe explain a bit more why you decided to develop something new and not go with, a software that already existed? Like, what did you see that was missing?
So the fact that she wanted to start a cleaning company, right, and go out there to help people to clean it, right? So not that I didn't have the what's it called? Should I say I didn't know that there's some software that actually exists there. Some
Okay.
actually exist. So, but in the situation whereby you want to like you need an entire workflow, but you need about two or three of those systems to manage that workflow. So, and you don't actually have the time. And as well, you need to pay for those three systems, right?
Yeah.
So that is not coming as, okay, this is not for me, right? Why is something like this not out there for anyone that wants to definitely use it, right? And the kind of model I've got is they are the kind of people whereby they know how to use Facebook, know how to use the social medias, but learning a new software or working on new software is always kind of hard. Automating everything on the back end of things, and as well ensuring that the icons of what they could see, the user experience is something that they could easily learn and go through. So if they are actually like clicking or working with it, the over time it's not going to even take them m- time to actually learn more about the platform and get used to it. So I think
Right.
that was part of what really said the fact that, okay, this can definitely be done. This can definitely be be done in a proper way whereby you don't have to worry about anything. If you want to start a business, you don't have to worry about. And again, there are many business pages out there which you can definitely just put your stuff on it and just share the link out there. I think that's one of the fastest things. And even with the world of AI right now, things can even be done with your business page even faster. So sometimes you might not need that big fancy website that you have to be paid to someone to manage every single time. And that was where the concept of the business page is coming from. To say, okay, you're starting, just upload your picture, do what you need to do, get verified, then share the link if anyone wants to book your service or they want to chat to you. And one of the things that we've actually done there was the fact that most of those management systems, right? The fact that people have social medias, the Instagram, Facebook, and they actually use the what's it called Facebook Messenger as well. But some of these systems do not have that for individuals or small enterprise. So what we had to do is, okay, we're providing a live chat already. So why we not just provide a meta omnichannel inbox, what's it called, feature as well, whereby you can link all your other chat systems, right? Like the Facebook, Instagram, what's it called, into that system. And if any message is coming from anywhere, if either a live chat from your business page or your Facebook and your Instagram, then it comes down into the system and you can always reply from there as well. So yeah, that's what we've
Nice.
actually done.
Nice. And did she use it eventually? Was she our first
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
user
yeah,
or
yeah,
customer or yeah?
yeah. She currently uses it right now, like
Oh,
the
nice.
what's it
So
called,
you
yeah,
can
the,
use
the
it for
the
several
platform.
businesses as well.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's and I know when speaking to some people, they'd be like, "Oh, what if I don't want my payment to go through the platform?" So now you don't have to make your payment go to the platform, but you can always what's it called, just manually schedule the job if you don't
Hmm.
want the payment to go to the platform. So I totally understand. Like you just want, because once the job is being scheduled, you always get an automated reminder regarding the job. So you don't have to like schedule the job, right? And trying to like what's it called? Set up a reminder for the job after the payment is being made and all of that. So we've just cut up some processes that can be automated, right? That gives you more time to do what you need to do or manage your business or manage your admin tasks, right? Away. So that's what we've done.
Yeah, yeah, amazing. I mean, scheduling is also like a big part of management software. And I think it's nice that with your software, you can also reconcile between a few businesses scheduling. So if you like own a few different scheduling systems, then you can coordinate between your salon and your cleaning and really like handle everything on one single platform. So that's something unique and nice about it. And yeah, so do you you have all these ideas, like you said, with the integrations to Facebook Messenger and all that. Do you do all the development yourself, or do you have a team that helps you with that?
So we have a team that actually helps with that. So which I think that's been one of my experience, like my one of my good experience, instead of outsourcing and chasing agencies and all of that. So we have a team that does that in-house, right? So
Mm-hmm.
instead of trying to outsource and probably like chase agencies and all of that, because my experience, my first experience wasn't that good, right? So it just me. If anyone comes and say, "Oh, an agency that does this and that," I'm always very skeptical and be like, "Do I want to go down this route? No, I don't think so. I'd rather get like a freelance or someone that does it and be like, okay, come on board. This is what I want." I think it definitely what's called narrowed down the communication channel, and I'm speaking to who is working on it directly, because I could definitely, as a product manager or lead product person, I could definitely speak to the person directly, let them understand what needs to be done, right? If I need to, do some other documentations for them to be like a user story and all of that, for them to be able to understand how it works, right? If I need to draw a process map as well to do that, so I could definitely do all of that, and it's direct. So that's one of the benefits of having someone in house.
Yeah, that's nice. I think that many people that start a software business or they need help with development get confused on, should I hire someone in-house full time, freelancers, agencies? Like, how do you choose between everything? Um, yeah, do you want to share more about maybe a challenging experience that you had with an agency, or like why you believe now that you should be more direct with, not naming anything, just
Yeah. So of recent, right, whilst we were trying to like update our mobile app, right, I just have to see like speak to someone, right, and I noticed that by the time we speak to them, right, it takes them, let's say, after 1 week to return back to us. What needs to be done in about, let's say, should I say 1 month, takes about 3 months or even more than that, and like the information, the clarity that has been gained the first time, we still have to go back again and reiterate that. And that is from there, they are actually having someone that work on a job that they've actually assigned to do the job. So it has to be there's information coming down here and it goes through this person and all of that, right? So doing that is not actually like, I've actually been meaning to say, okay, this is my second chance of giving whatsoever agency or anyone that says, so they've got a team that does this and all of that. I know whilst we are doing, like, we are definitely doing some rearrangement on the UI, right? I got someone else, and again, what I know that it could definitely take that other agency like month, right? Took him couple of like weeks, not even up to a month, to actually put it together whilst we are still testing again to ensure everything is working, because he didn't build the code base from scratch, right, to ensure that everything is actually working the way it works. And I think that's just the problem, right? So if he had been the one did build it from scratch, right, there wouldn't be those delays, because he's faster doing what he's doing. He's the one I'm talking to directly. He doesn't have to manage third party. So I mean, from my experience, definitely get to understand that, and not just the fact that not I've experienced that, right? Now if I'm dealing with someone, I just want like, do you have an agency? Say, yeah, okay. I say, sorry, I don't think we want to have anything to do with you, because this experience, right? I'm very sure that if I call about 10 people, about 6 to 7 people will definitely say the same thing, right? It might be different because they've got a lot of jobs in the pipeline, right? And they keep getting more, getting more, getting more, and the time that your software or you need, because again, there will definitely be reiterations, right? Even now that we're trying to like do some reiterations regarding the localization and ensuring that people that have got some accounting software can synchronize what's it called, their transactions, right? They can synchronize their expenses on the platform. Now, I don't want to wait a couple of months for that to be done when I know that I could definitely get someone within weeks that understand what needs to be done and integrate them. So I think that's the reason why I would just prefer to go for someone that works directly for themselves. They're available to get the job done. They get the job done. That's it.
Yeah, amazing. I think that's a really important point to highlight, and especially for young businesses that are listening now and starting to build their management software and getting into this journey. So yeah, I think it's definitely important to know like who you're taking service, who which services you're using, and who exactly is going to do the work at the end of the day, and know like what's going on and how to then change and iterate. So you mentioned before that you also started as like a marketplace at some point. And it's not the first time I hear something like that with management software platforms and where they go. Can you explain a little bit how it started and how it developed to be a management system?
So what just really happened, right? It was more of like, okay, the team to actually push this, right, would definitely be on a very costly side, right? And the fact that there's a lot that needs to be done when it comes to vetting the professionals that comes on the platform, right? So I was like, okay, I don't think I'll be able to have that like finances to push out there for this, right? So let's just cut the lead generation part from our own side away, right? Whilst on the business page, they can still put those links out there by themselves, and their own normal customers will still be able to put their leads back to them. We just take away, we're not going to do the heavy lifting, right? Because that's what marketplace is all about, right? So we're not going to do the heavy lifting, but providing a page that allows the same data, the same information to come through to your own hand, right? So that's what we've done there. So we've
Hey,
just thought,
okay,
yeah.
okay, nice.
So we just thought about, okay, instead of we trying to like, try to like get data, get everything for this one to do their job, and we get on what's it called, on commission and all of that. So you know what? Let's just go on SaaS, right? Let's take this bit off, right? Add it to their business page, because that's just like that one there, and the chatting system is what makes that marketplace the marketplace, like, you know what I'm saying? So now we've not just taken that part off and be like, okay, don't worry, we don't want to onboard any user from our own hands, like the customers. We just want them to use the business page, do what they need to do. They already have existing customers, or they are marketing, or probably have their own existing user, what's it called, customers. So they could definitely just use the business page and continue with what they have to do about their business. So I mean, that's just what we've done.
Nice. Okay, got it. Interesting. So, can you so you started with building this software for one person or one use case, and I assume today you have more customers using it. I think this is one of the main challenges of young businesses to really, penetrate the market and deal with competition. So, can you share a bit what worked for you, and how was this journey for you to expand, to get into the market, to get visible? What was the best thing that you can recommend to other younger businesses in this
Hmm.
space? Do you have anything in mind?
To
I
be
can't
honest,
I can't
right?
read your face.
Yeah, to be honest, right? I think, first and first is you trying to understand what is it that you definitely want to achieve with the business, right? And if you try to understand what you need to achieve with the business, try to understand what your strengths and your weaknesses are, where you can contribute more in, right? So it's always easier when you know what is it that you want to definitely put out there and why you put it out there, right? So if you can definitely do some, you might want to be a product designer, you might be want to be a product manager if you're not technically savvy, right? And again, if you want to get, you can definitely get someone that okay, maybe they might be a co-founder, right? Or someone that they have got experience getting the job done. And I think, really, you definitely need to select people that are experienced getting the job done. It makes your life very, very, very easy, right? But if you get someone that doesn't, like, they just say, oh, I'm a software developer and all of that, and they don't know how to get the job done, it's going to be very costly to you, and costly. It's definitely going to be costly, right? Because if you're there to say, oh, in 6 months, you're going to be out there, right? And you've actually given the tax to someone, either agency or someone that does not know how to get a job done, right? It's definitely going to be very, very hard. So, and I think one of the things that you can definitely do is, if you have any developer in your network, that they might not have the time, but they can help you select, or probably help you, get someone that could definitely get a job done, that's got experience, doing something similar, or experience in that industry. Then that would definitely go a long way, right? So it's just more about, the sourcing part that I think, will definitely help you to get a proper answer, because sometimes if you source the wrong team or source the wrong person and all of that, you definitely pay for that. So, you might want to, like they always say, your network is your net worth, right? So sometimes you just have to like make sure that you find people like, okay, this is what I'm trying to do. Try to start to speak to people who are there, so they could always tell you, give you insights, or they could always say, oh yeah, I've got someone that does this very well. They're working full time right now, but they can work for you on the part time, because the good ones are always having a job.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm.
Also what you said is nice about getting at least the consultant to at least some people that you can consult with about it, and that that they will give you the best advice ever, because I really like what you said, that people are the key, and the people that you choose to work with are what will make your business either succeed or just make you waste a lot of your money. So choosing the right people is definitely, a highlight. So thanks for sharing that. Okay, you mentioned something interesting about the live chat, and I was curious if that means that there's also AI integrated there, and what's your approach in
So
putting AI in there?
okay, this is it, right? Okay, with the AI, I wouldn't call it AI. I'll just say machine learning, because that's like, machine learning is a subset of, AI. Uh, Apart from the fact that we actually did some stuff using machine learning, like to just make sure that there's a proper optimization on the back end. And before the wave of AI, this AI there was something that we did. Even the verification was done in-house, yeah, by one of my, it was called machine learning engineer, right? So now what we not want to do right now, with the advent of AI agents, right now we're not looking at the tools, right? Yeah, we're still doing the research. We're looking at the tools, right? We've been able to develop some stuff, right? Which is just we just have it, right? It's in our backlog. So now we're not looking at the tools, right? Looking at, okay, this person comes on board, right? Speak to their customer, do everything that they're doing with their customers, right? How if they have many customers, let's say they've got 100 or 200 customers, and they want to manage, books, jobs, leads. It's a lot there, right? Fine, they can always search for it, but if there's an AI agent that, you know has got what's it called, access to their data, right? That got access to the data, and they could definitely chat to like a chatbot, right, and return some information, and they can manage in bulk. So that is where we are actually now going right now, which is definitely in the background. By the time we have done the research, what's it called, done everything properly, we'll definitely release it out there, right? Which is just the way you use your what's it called, your chat GPT. Just go to the chat interface, just query some stuff. So you're querying, like, the prompt is definitely for your data, right? That's already in the system, whereby it now comes out with a response based on
Okay.
what is on the system. It's not trying to like hallucinate or probably give you what is not there. It's basically what is in the system that you definitely be able to get. And that definitely is going to be more for the enterprise people that have got like they're busy, they've got a lot of jobs. Because I've spoken to some of the enterprise users that we earlier onboarded, and they were like, yeah, that could be nice, right? Because I was trying to understand, if that's going to save them time, cost, or makes their life even more easy. Because one of the reasons why some people use the management software is to definitely like cut the bits and bobs that wastes their time and their resources, or their cost on that they waste it on. So yeah, I mean, that is where we are right now. But for this current chat system, it's just a normal chat system, just normal socket or IO, like that, to actually get that. But so there was nothing AI about that. So it was more of like the scheduling part, right? The machine learning, yeah, it was more of like the scheduling part, right? Which, just makes the system what normally can be done on Web 2 as well. But again, because we've done it on what's it called, the verification part, we thought, okay, I think if we can definitely do something that in the background just runs by itself, right? Chatting to it and all of that, then that definitely could be a good goal. So that's what we currently have and we are hoping to embed a chatting system, which we've trained the agentic workflow, right? Either the agent that works in the background or the one that works for the workflow entirely. So yeah, that's where we will be going, but right now we are not there.
So it's more in the vision.
Yeah, it's more in the vision because we're not really like I mean that's definitely going to be one of the best infrastructure to definitely have in the management software like this, right? So in again, you can always, because if you look at the current SaaS platforms, if you have a lot of data, either you search, right, and it brings everything for you. So in a situation whereby you want to reschedule, like let's say 10 jobs or let's say 20 jobs at a go because maybe one of your employee is sick, off sick, and all of that, right? So what you have to do is you have to search, see those 10 jobs and do them one after the other, right? So now imagine the system whereby you can always call all of that out, then tell it to actually reschedule, based on maybe the job, the name, the location, all of that, then tell it to reschedule them in bulk for a specific date and time, and it changes all of that in the database and
Wow.
updates what it needs to update. So yeah,
That's a new level of efficiency, I guess.
yeah, I mean that's where we want to get to be able to like optimize, and make sure that you definitely spend your time on what is more important, because if that can be done, then definitely, I mean, we're still in the goods.
Amazing vision. Okay, so I like this. I like to ask this last question sometimes because it will make you get your imagination inside. So, yeah. Anyway, the question is, if you had double the budget tomorrow morning and you had to spend it on something, what's the first thing that you would invest in?
I think it's definitely going to be the team. It's definitely going to be the team, to be honest. It's definitely going to be the team. And, because right now we just have a
If I am
freelance
your team
marketer.
right now, I would be very happy to hear that.
No, I mean, to be honest, right, I think, like I said, it's just definitely going to be the team. And the reason why I said it is because, the better we have the good hands on the job, the better the customer experience and all of that, right? Imagine that we have, people that understand, that know their onions, and they could come on board, right? Getting the right team on board, right, would definitely go a long way. And that's one of the things that you need finances for, right? To ensure that you get a team which they are self-driven, they just take initiative. Because if you can have a team that take initiative by themselves, so it makes life easier for you as a founder. Because before you think about something or you thought about something, they could definitely say, I've thought about this. This is the way I think we need to go. And I've had that experience, right? And again, I just smile and be like, okay, yeah, good. Just go about it. So I don't have to be doing the thinking every single time, right? Because I definitely know that I'm not the smartest one in the group. So there are a lot of other smart people around me. So it's definitely,
That you can trust.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's definitely going to be like the team, right? Okay, let's make sure that we get everything working, we get everyone in the right, space, and the right best of mind to be able to ensure that they can get the job done to their own optimum efficiency. So yeah, I think it's definitely going to be the team. So by the time, because the team will be able to like drive the initiative and tell you, okay, this is where we want to be next, this is where we want to be, yes, looking at the KPIs and all of that. So yeah, I think it's definitely going to be, spending on the team.
Amazing. What a nice closure to all this episode. Adebowale, I'm gonna thank you once again for joining Unipod, and thank all the listeners that are listening and learning about management software. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, thank you. Bye, Sharon.
Yay!